Okay. I'm Kanya, and we're sitting here with Matt from Treehouse Records. How's it going, Matt?
Going great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I
Nice.
just got into town today, right?
Yeah. Flew in at we got here at like 10 a.m. Did some bike riding. So I'm so gross. A little bit of drinking. Having some fun. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. I know. Let's talk about Treehouse Records to start off. Just tell us a little about how it started and the label, the bands that you're working with right now.
Yeah. So we were originally in our parents' basement recording bands and helping promote them, book shows. And we both, myself and my partner Barrett, he's actually still driving here from Chicago with the big van full of gear. We both decided we went to school. He went to Columbia College in Chicago. I went to DePaul University in Chicago. And after 1 year, we decided that, it wasn't for us. So we dropped out and we rented this big loft space out in the city. It's in the neighborhood's called Belmont Cragen in the northwest suburbs. Northwest part of Chicago. And so we rented that out and we started recording bands, just kind of, very nonchalant. Nothing fancy. It was an open room with some gear. And it started going really well, so we ended up renovating the whole space, built an entire studio. Now we have the full studio. We have 25 rehearsal spaces, and then we also run a DIY label for just to help promote bands that, like when we started the studio, I hated having a band come in, record a demo, and then they come back in 6 months and they want to record another demo. I said, well, what did you accomplish with your first demo? And most of the time it was, we showed our buddies, that was it. So we, I hated that. So we wanted to try to help bands out as much as we can. So we started booking these things called Treehouse Presents in Chicago. So it's Treehouse Presents, like 4 artists at Lincoln Hall or Shuba's, which are 2 really popular venues in the city that we have a great working relationship with. And that started going really well. So we started kind of, expanding our horizons. So this year is our first year doing a show here at South by in Austin, Texas. We've got 6 bands. We have Crosstown, Joe Bordenaro, The Walters, Daddy Issues, Shah Jahan, White Reaper, 7 bands actually, and Yoko and the Onos.
Right. Yeah, really solid lineup.
Yeah. So they're performing tomorrow night at the, which would be Thursday, the March 16th at, or 17th. 17th, yeah. At the Helios Co-op at University of Austin.
Yeah, and I think it's on Oasis Street.
Yeah.
That would be fun. What should people who are going expect from the showcase?
Well, Megan, my intern, and I, we were over there this morning. It's the first time being at the house actually, and it's the girl Laura who's helping us organize it, who actually lives at the home. She says it sounded like one of like their one of the city's like historical, lists. And so the building itself is beautiful. It's like an old Victorian home. So we're really trying to transplant what we like the brand that we've built and like the cooperative feel into Austin. So we're trying to bring the Treehouse in Chicago into the Treehouse in Austin.
Cool.
So we've got beer live. Like I said, 7 bands. Belly Up, which is an awesome food truck here in Austin. She's actually the woman who owns it is actually setting up a booth in the outdoor patio of the space. There's like a little beer garden in back, and she's going to be selling some great food. And she's also helped sponsoring the event. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything: good music, cold beer, and good food.
That's all you need. That's
Exactly.
really all you
Can't
need.
ask for much more.
Well, going back to Treehouse, why Treehouse? Why did you decide to name it Treehouse Records?
When I actually met Barrett, he was recording in the basement of this ratty old nasty house on Irving Park Road, which is like a very commercial road in Chicago. And it was this old white house that they rented from some guy that there was like, at any time, there were like 14 musicians living in it. And it was just crazy. There would be guys, they're all like culture types. So there was a recording studio in the basement. They would do film production on the first floor, all DIY, everything. The recording studio walls were old stained mattresses. It was just gross. But it was just a big conglomerate of artistic people. It was a lot of fun. And everyone, when you would go there, you just call it the Treehouse. So when Barry and I decided to get legitimate, we just decided the Treehouse. It's kind of the atmosphere that we try to create there is something that like it's just very comfortable. It's like a treehouse, We are on the second floor, which is just kind of ironic.
Yeah.
But we just want people to come out, hang out. We don't really run it as if it was a business. We run it more of like a commune, just kind of hang and relax. Do the best that you can. Type of atmosphere. Get comfortable. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you talk about some of the bands that you've worked with? I know you've worked with Twin Peaks and Cage's the Elephant. All of us on the station are huge fans of those bands. So how are those guys?
They're awesome. Yeah, tonight I'm going to go see Twin Peaks. And actually, we just booked the trip out to Madison because Twin Peaks are now on KG Elephant's. They're now opening for KG Elephant's arena tour, national tour. They're great. Katie and actually, we were doing a radio interview for Radio DePaul. And I was saying how Barrett and I originally opened up the studio listening to bands like Twin Peaks and the Orwells and KG Elephant, saying that, God, wouldn't it be amazing if one day we'd be able to record these guys, And we always knew Twin Peaks were from Chicago and things like that. So it was always just kind of a dream. And then one time Barrett and I were just driving, we're going to a show, and I got a phone call from Katie, and he said, "Hey, Matt," he goes, I heard that radio interview you did. I really appreciate all those positive things you were saying. We'd love to come in and record something. So that was kind of our first time working together. Prior to that, we were trying to get them to book time at the studio to record Wild Onion, their latest record, which it ended up didn't working out just because the studio wasn't completely built. We weren't set up yet. We were kind of in a mess. I was putting the carriage before the horse at that point. So anyway, so Twin Peaks came by and recorded In the Morning and the Evening, which is their Record Store Day release for 2015, and it went really well. And since then, we've become like very, very good friends. Yeah, I mean, all Katie and Clay, Connor, Jack, and Colin now. They're great guys. They're at the studio, more times than not, just hanging out, working on something new, and starting that relationship. We've gained great relationships with other awesome bands like Modern Vices, who are also kind of like building up in popularity. And then we met like the Yoko and the Onos and kind of everyone through them. So yeah, Katie and who's like my like closest friend out of the band has been like very, very important into helping Treehouse succeed with different things.
Seems like a really nice like community to be working with.
Yeah, totally. And then KG Elephant, we came in contact through our Treehouse sessions, which are published through Consequence of Sound. It's a blog in Chicago, but they're nationwide, worldwide actually. And so once, what is it? It's every other Thursday, we release a Treehouse session through their blog. And KG Elephant were coming through town. They were opening up for Black Keys at the United Center. So we had them stop by and record a couple songs. And since then, too, people enjoy their time in the Treehouse. So and because it's myself and my partner running the show, we get very close with our artists, and we like to do that because not only does it help our business grow because we're all, from one band spawns like 12 other bands, but it's also good. Working in the studio, you get to meet so many interesting, fun people, and it allows you to do things like this. Host a free show out in Austin and have an amazing lineup, and all of that. Yeah.
Really fun. Well, anything else you want to mention about your showcase on Thursday?
I don't know. I think I got it all. Right, Megan? Yeah?
We're good?
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I'll try to make it out. I know some of our station members are interested in that showcase, so it'll be fun. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming out.
Yep.
And I think we're good on that.